What's up, everyone? All right, well, here we are, Wednesday morning, and we're finishing up the day here. Kind of a little bit of a tricky day, would you say? So today's a day where I followed my rules about not looking at my P&L, but it kind of got me into a little bit of a situation where I had a trade ASTC where I was making money and had an awesome trade on that rip through 450 up to 6 and up to 7. And then on a micro pullback under 750, I was looking for the squeeze up to 8, daily resistance at about 815. I lost on 3,000 shares, 75 cents a share. So I lost like $2,200. At that point, I was like, okay, I know I just took a good size loss. The stock still looks interesting though, and I don't know if I should keep trading. Because I was like, I don't know, I haven't had 3 consecutive losers, but I don't know how much profit I just gave back, because I don't know how much I was up on it. Did I just give back half my profit? Was I up 10,000 and I gave back only 2,000? It's no big deal. I didn't know. And so I took another trade, and that one also happened to be a loss of almost $1,800. And then I was like, all right, that's it, I'm done. So I gave back, as it turns out, I'm finishing the day at $3,700. And since I gave back $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, that means I was up $7,000 and then basically gave back half. So I feel I don't feel as good about today as yesterday, and I feel a little conflicted about the fact that I wonder, had I known where my P&L was, would I have had the presence of mind? Would I have been able to say, okay, I should stop now. I've given back half my profit. Or would I have said, hey, dude, you were just up 7,000. Now you're up only $5,000. Do a quick rip, 6,000 shares, 20 cents a share, you'll make $1,200. You'll be, almost back to your highs. And then with 6,000 shares, lost another 50 cents a share, and all of a sudden been down, it's from up to 7,000 up only 2,000 or 1,000. I don't know, but I said I would stick with this, not looking at my P&L. So we're gonna keep sticking with it. Today was the first day that it was a little challenging. A couple of you guys were like, oh man, this is working so well for you. And I was like, oh, well, it's 2 days. I'm 2 days in. Let's see how it works on a day that is a little more difficult. And, yesterday I did start the day red, but I didn't have the experience of being like having a couple of really good trades and then knowing I just took a good size loss. In fact, today I would have been better if I had just walked away after that good size loss. But on other days, I'll take a good size loss and then end up, making it back and being back at the highs. And of course, as it turns out on ASTC, I wasn't wrong that I thought it was going to go back to the highs. It did go back to the highs. Double topped at 775, but I got stopped out twice, and my timing was wrong. So it's kind of interesting to be up 3,700 and be a little disappointed, but if you give someone $10,000 and then take half of it away, it's like, $5,000. Well, but wait a second, you took away half of it. So that's kind of that feeling. And as I talk about during the recap, all of that emotion that typically I would be dealing with while I'm trading, I didn't experience while I was trading. I experienced the questioning of like, should I take another trade because I don't know where I'm at on the day anymore. I've lost track, but I didn't, I didn't know the numbers. So now I'm kind of digesting it and going through it a little bit, but I'll let it be what it is. I can't trade anymore today. I've now seen my P&L, so I'm tainted. But I'll come back tomorrow. And in any case, you know what? I'm up $13,000 or so on the week, and that's from last week I was only up like $5,000. So much better week so far, and we still have 2 days left. Now, thank you for reminding me. I really do appreciate that. So June wanted to remind you guys that if you're not already on the priority access list, there's a link right in the description. Hit that link, get on the priority access list, and girl, Why is it important that they're on that list? Exactly. Because next week is the 5-year anniversary of when we uploaded How to Day Trade on YouTube. It's got 6 million views. It's crazy. And I'm going to do something special to celebrate. All right, so I'm only going to be announcing what I'm doing through the priority access list and for our existing members. All right, so make sure if you're not already an existing member, you get on that list right down there in the description. And I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning, Thursday, Friday. We've got 4 days left in the month of March. It is a countdown, and it's been a wild month, but I'm bouncing a little off the lows. Even though today's a little bit of a hiccup, I still generally, hey, it's a green day, so life is good. And I just want to kind of keep this up through the rest of the week, rest of the month. All right, that's it for me. Hey, girl, you want to say goodbye to everyone? No, she's done. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. All right, everyone. So we're going to do midday market recap, and I'm going to do the big reveal, and we'll see where I sit on the day. I, at this very moment, feel a little frustrated. I know that I've given back profit on ASTC. My last trade that I just took was a long right here for the break back over 7, and it did a false breakout. It hit 715 and then dropped down to 610. And I stopped out at 628. So I lost almost $2,000 on that trade, and I had another false breakout that I took. Was it right here or right here? I can't remember, but so I had 2 false breakouts in a row. So I know I've given back some profit on ASTC, probably at least $3,000, maybe almost $4,000. So I don't know if I'm still green on it. SGLB. I'm in okay shape on with 1 trade, and IMAC I think I'm red on. So today's kind of a stressful day. Before I show the P&L, the feeling that was running through my mind before I took that last trade, I really wanted to check to see where I sat. And I was like, well, why do you want to check? And I was like, well, I want to know how much I'm up, and then given the last trade I lost $2,000, how much have I given back? Can I afford to take one last trade? And I felt like, no, if I look, it's gonna screw me up. It's gonna change my mindset on how I take this final trade. So I didn't look. I took the final trade, and it was a second loss. Had I seen my P&L, it's possible that I would have said, listen, you can't afford to take another trade. You're only up $1,000 on this stock now. You've given back too much profit. Or I might have said, you're up a lot, take that last trade and take more than 2,000 shares. You can afford it. So let's see where I'm at. Yeah, $3,728. It's not that great. I was probably up, well, 4,700 on this. So I was up 5,700 before that last trade right here. And that means I was probably up almost 7,000 before this last trade here. So I'm a little discouraged because I know I gave back some profit today. And look at this thing, back to the highs. I can't, that's it. I'm done for the day. I've obviously given back more than half of my profit, and I don't know. I felt at sort of the end, I felt like I was trading blind because I didn't know where I sat on the day. I kind of had lost connection of whether I was really in a good spot and I could afford to take those last 2 trades, or whether, hey man, you're up. Like I didn't know. I didn't know if I was up 3,000 or 7,000. So I didn't know if I was up enough that I should just be like, hey, pat yourself on the back. It's been a great day. Or if I should keep trading because it's only a so-so day. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know if I had this information in front of me, what I would have done differently. When I was up here through these highs, or wherever this was that I hit my high, when I was up an extra $4,000 and I was up $7,000, I probably would have been thinking, all right, man, you're gonna have a $10,000 day, right? and I might have taken even more risk on on the last 2 trades that were both losers. So, I don't know. But in any case, I'm green 3 days in a row, so I guess that's good. But I'm disappointed in myself. I don't know why I feel that way. I guess I'm bummed out that I lost here and a second here and then another one somewhere in this area. So I guess what I'm kind of having right now, yesterday when I did the reveal, I felt like, yes, awesome. I felt so good because I made so much more than I expected. And today I feel a little discouraged because not only do I know that I lost profit on the last 2 trades, I know now that I went from having probably a $7,000 day to having a $3,000 day. And so right now, I feel sort of all of the emotion that typically I would have felt while I was trading. When I went from up 7,000 to up only 5,000. And then I take that next trade and now I'm up only 2,000. And then now I'm really angry. I take that next trade, now I'm break even, right? So all of those emotions I typically would be experiencing while I'm trading. Now they just all are right now as I look at the P&L and realize what actually happened. I knew that I'd lost, but I didn't know how much I was up through this breakout. So I didn't have a good gauge of how much I could afford to risk on these trades. Excuse me. So my trades on ASTC, this was by far the best one of the day. So let's see, let me put this right here. Okay. So ASTC started the day, this was our leading gapper in the entire market. It was gapping up 225%, which is incredible. And right out of the gates, we got a quick gap and go trade. Break of the pre-market high. Pre-market high was 408. I bought the break of the pre-market high. It squeezed up to 434. First trade was a win. It pulls back. It goes sideways, back over 4. I'm looking to go long. There we get the break back over 4 and squeeze up to 450. I traded through here, but it was choppy. It hit 408 and then dropped back down to 370. It broke 408, 410, 415, squeezed up to 45, didn't break the $0.50, came all the way back down to 383. Then came back up, broke the $0.50, but only by 6 cents, came back down. So as of right here, I was done with it, and I'd had a couple good trades. I'm not sure how much I had made, but I had a couple good trades. And then all of a sudden it squeezes and gets halted right here at 476. I wasn't holding it going into the halt, but coming out of the halt, I did go long for the break over 510. From 510, it squeezed up to 550, 560, $6, 643. It does a false halt. It pulls back. It breaks 643. I get long. It squeezes up to 675, and I'm holding into the halt going up. It then opens and hits a high of 740, and at that point, I hit my high of day in my P&L. No doubt. This was awesome. First 1 minute candle to make a new high from 688, back up to 774. Beautiful. It drops down. It comes back up here to 725. It looks like it's going to rip back to the highs, and then it drops back down. Then it does a false breakout right here. I got in that for the break over 7, and I might have been in a little on the early side, I can say now, but what I was looking for was the first 5 minute candle to make a new high, which was over 718. I got in at 7, it hit a high of 715, and then flushed, and I lost $2,000. And I also had a loss on it. I can't remember where the other one was. I think it was right here. I went long, like right here on this dip for the break over 740 right here. And then I stopped out right here with 3,000 shares and lost about 75 cents a share. So I lost $2,200 on that trade. And then I lost another 2,000 on that trade right there. So, man. Well, some days you push your luck a little bit, and I guess that's what I did today. Again, I'm green. No reason to be too bent out of shape about it, but when you have a move as clean as that, and you're up 7,000, which is a great day, and then you throw half of it away trying to go for the secondary move, it can feel a little discouraging. And I'll say that right now, I can't help but feel tempted to be saying I'm going to go long for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, which is 710. That's my feeling. My feeling right now is that if this thing breaks over 710, I want to be long. And it's going to be really hard for me to hold my hands and say, no, you're done. So watch this right here. So there's 702, false break, flush down, 666 on the bid. So now if I got in for that break of 7, all of a sudden I'm down 20 cents. 85 by 90. Lots of sellers at 90. 71. So now at this point I'd probably be like, okay, well, I'm going to hold with a stop at 650 because it's consolidating here. Let's give it a chance to break over 7. There's 90 on the ask. 95, back to 90. So there's some sellers there. There's 7, 10. Another false breakout. It needs to break over 715 and then 718. It's 21 million shares of volume. Now anyone who bought there is getting stopped out, down at 60. So first 5-minute candle, did it make a new high? No, it double topped at 710. So you could say 710 now is the breakout spot, but what's your downside risk? Back down here to 61, 71? That's a 40-cent stop. So this is where it starts to get a little tricky. And I would probably say that if I kept trading, I'd be overstaying my welcome. And while it would feel great to buy it at $7.10 and sell it at $8.10 to see it rip through $7.50, squeeze up through the high and up to $7.75 and to $8, while that would feel great, it would feel terrible if I jumped in this with 3,000 shares at $7.10 and then it dropped to $6.50. I hit the bid and got filled at $6.20 and now was up only 700 on the day. So at this point, now that I know my P&L, I can't keep trading based on this practice that I'm doing right now of not watching my P&L while I'm trading, because now I'm tainted by what I've seen. I'll never be the same today. So whatever. You know what? Big picture, I made $2,400 on Monday, $7,000 yesterday, and $3,700 today. So that's a $13,000 week. And I'll be back at it tomorrow, Thursday. Given the fact that yesterday we saw a great move on IMAC. We saw some great moves on a few other stocks. There's a great chance that we'll see some nice momentum tomorrow. Today we had ASTC. So what's in store for tomorrow? And maybe tomorrow I can trade it a little better than I did today. Right? So here's where the FOMO kicks in. But if I was long there at 710, this is an okay trade, but I was still risking 40 cents. I'm only up 23 on the bid. Now, it hit 50 on the ask. A break of 50, and then I would say 75. There's 60, 67, 70. There's 75. $8 is the next target. It's double topping here at 75. So, why couldn't it have done that right here on this candle? I don't know. The thing that I usually want is to be able to leave myself enough room so I can take that next trade. But look at that. That's even more dramatic. This is where now the panic sets in for people who are long for the break of 750 down $1 a share. And there's no recovering this 1-minute candle. It's ruined. The pattern is ruined. is now a ruined pattern, a false breakout, dramatic false breakout, and the double top here was at 75. So for a moment, I was regretting not taking it, and now for a moment, I'm grateful that I stuck with my guns and didn't take it. I'm kind of shocked I'm only up 2,700 on this stock, but the fact is, it was kind of choppy all day long. It felt like there were a lot of sellers in it. Sellers stacked up, even down here in this area. You know, it couldn't break over 450. It hit 456 and then a wall of sellers. So kind of just kept running into that wall. I made some money on it. It's a green day, and I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys first thing in the morning.
Hey, have you seen my most popular video on YouTube? It's got over 5 million views. You can check it out right here, and check out one of my other videos on YouTube right here. I hope you guys enjoy, and as always, if you have questions, leave them down below in the comment section. I personally respond to every comment that's posted.